Maybe instead of going to the dog park, we should try to make you get in an accident.
That's a good idea. What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome to Having a Day with Patrick McDonald. Gotta make sure I'm on. I'm Patrick McDonald. We're going to have a really fun day today. I'm having a great day. I'm gonna start a new segment called What's in My Car, because sometimes I don't get to clean it and I have little trinkets and things in here that are really fun. I have a bracelet, a light up bracelet from the Cowboy Carter concert. I saw it earlier this week on Monday. I saw Beyonce at the SoFi Stadium. It was one of the most unbelievable experiences of my life. And I felt so lucky. My dear friend Tracy had a last minute ticket that she couldn't sell and she gave it to me for free. Listen, if someone asked you to go to Beyonce for free, I was kind of in a mood. I was kind of bummed out. I was like, how am I going to get down there? You make it work. You figure it out. And boy, did I figure it out. She blew me away. I openly wept. A Beyonce concert, I truly would compare it to like the greatest spectacle of all time. I would compare it to like the Roman Colosseum. I can't describe what you're looking at. Luckily, I don't have to. There's millions of videos posted every second about a Beyonce concert. So I highly suggest you check it out. If Beyonce's coming to you, talk to your friend Tracy, see if she has an extra ticket. I don't know what to tell you. I'd pay a lot of money to see that again. It's a good week. It's a good day. And I'm really excited for today's episode. I'm picking up two of my favorite people that I met through Smosh. They are the funniest, most specific, most unique, most interesting people that I've met in a very, very long time. It's hard to make friends the older you get. You meet new people and sometimes they don't compare to other people in your life. These are two people that I had immediately felt so akin to, so excited to be around. The types of people that I feel like just get wound up and you let them go and you get to sit back and giggle, to be the audience of one for such an incredible duo. I'm so lucky, and they're so wonderful and good people, and I think they're going to be bringing a guest as well. But please, welcome to Having a Day, my dear friends, Syd, Heller and Olivia DeLaurentis. Take it away, guys. Yeah, that's very strange.
What are we doing?
What do you mean I love to gender my dog? Also, was your sibling saying it like you love making gender a thing, or they would prefer a more gender neutral attempt at talking about your dog? Was it pro or anti?
I think it's
you were being insensitive to your dog.
I don't know, because it was like it was like Mousie's birthday celebration, and my sibling Jay was the only person who came, which was very sweet. But then they got there and they gave me like something that was like pink for Mousie, and I was like, oh, thank you. And then they said, I know, because you love to gender your dog.
Oh, that's
and then
intense.
I went, okay. This made me feel worse. You were originally here. You're the only person who came.
Present that made me feel
I was like,
worse.
that's so nice. And now I'm like, okay.
I do think there's a genius in giving a present that makes your life harder.
Absolutely.
Like, I think there's something fun about like, here's something that's too big for your house.
Yes.
Like, we got a guy something once that was like a guy we don't know that well. We got him a portrait of ourselves and him in a photo booth once that was like 3 feet by 4 feet, and it said "You're welcome" written in Comic Sans on the bottom. And it's like, that present is not good for. No. It's like, it makes your life worse, because it's like, what the fuck are you going to do with that?
I had money at a certain point, not anymore, but at one point I was giving money. I know, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
At one point I bought all my siblings dog buttons for their dogs.
No,
to like teach them how to speak.
Oh,
yeah. And those are like $150 to $250
No, I know. Sid
each.
buys them for me.
Yeah.
Did you get to customize what they said?
No, just
See,
basic.
that's fucked up.
I got them the basic system, but none of them use it, and also none of their dogs are smart.
Right.
And some of them are smart. Okay.
You're smart.
Okay.
Do you think? What do you think?
Oh my gosh.
What do you think? Okay,
Oh my
that's
God.
very good.
These mics work best when you're like a hand away.
Okay, I love to
but
be
you're
a
good.
hand
You're
away.
good. You're good. You're good.
Good.
Okay, great. Okay, maybe we've already started. We'll figure it out. Hi.
Hi.
It's Syd and Olivia, and this is Mouse.
Hi, Mousy.
Mouse is so shaky.
I'm Olivia. That's Syd. That's Mousy. That's Patrick.
That's right.
Yeah, Mousy gets shaky in the car.
Whee!
Okay.
But she does like going places
Yeah.
once she's there.
Yeah, she's well. What's funny is we just pulled over to turn on all the equipment, and she really got excited. She kind of lit up in a way I didn't expect.
Are you a
Yeah,
cool?
the parking for her is extremely exciting.
Parking
It's
is
a
like
lot.
the most overwhelming, exciting thing in the world.
I
Yeah.
believe
Well,
that.
for me too.
It is for me too.
For me too. For all of us.
It really is for
And
me.
if you ever lose that, we gotta end it.
Are you guys good at parking?
I'm amazing at parallel
You
parking.
are?
I'm spectacular at parallel parking.
You guys are both LA kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it feels like that's probably something you learned.
yeah, I'm pretty good at parking. Pretty good.
I think bad.
Really?
That's
I get
Okay.
pretty overwhelmed with parking. I think I'm okay. I've gotten a lot better at it.
To be
But-
fair, this seems like a hard car to park.
It's a little hard. It's a RAV4.
I will also say that I have a Honda Fit.
Okay.
So it's
I
like-
had a Honda Fit.
Love a Honda Fit.
It
I have a
was
very
really good.
small car with a great turning radius
Yeah.
and a lot of visibility. So
Yeah.
I think that also makes it easier.
Honda Fits are absolutely
Dude,
incredible.
My favorite car in the whole wide
They're
world.
amazing.
Because
And
it's like
really
you can fit
things.
fucking
Yes,
anything in there.
see?
And
that's
the
what you
car
say.
fits everywhere. Dude.
Exactly.
And when you're driving it, it feels like one of those Barbie cars that you wanted as a kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. What kind of car do you have?
Oh my God, this is a funny story. Because if she just answers with one letter, you're going to think she's a completely different person. Or with one
I
word.
think I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
Okay,
She
you
got
don't
a
have to
very
tell me.
nice car for a very nice price.
I have,
Okay.
I have a very nice car, and this is
Okay.
why.
You got a VNC.
I got a really nice car, but the reason why is because my friend has this guy. She knows this guy who's like, I love getting cars for people.
Oh, I love those kinds of
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
He's
he's
a-
like, it's my favorite thing. I love to research it. I love specs.
He's just like some dad who loves it.
So
Oh my
she
God.
was like, you want to talk to him? And I was like, for sure, because I needed a new car. And I talked to him and I was like, I don't care about driving a nice car. I just want an electric car.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't have to be nice. Like, I was super interested in like Hyundai. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's all good.
You're like, it needs to move and not shut down on the freeway.
Yeah,
And,
and-
also be electric.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, you're getting a Mercedes. I was like,
Okay.
no, I don't need a Mercedes. And he was like, no, you don't understand. I know this lot, and they need to get rid of this Mercedes
Because the new ones were coming in. It was
So
November.
they
So the
were-
2025s were coming
so
in
they
or
were
whatever.
like, you need to take this now because it's actually cheaper than all the other cars I can get you. And I was like,
What?
fuck yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
so
thing.
she's cosplaying as like,
Wow, you're really
It's
doing
really
it.
good. Well, I
You-
look like an Uber
congratulations.
Black.
it's
Oh.
really good.
I look like an Uber Black, and I'm waiting for somebody to get in my car
Yeah.
and be like, can you take me to
You know what?
To the chateau?
I was in my Honda Fit
Yeah.
once, and somebody did do that.
Yeah.
I was by the Sunset Gower, I think.
Wow.
And not only that, but this is a person that is a famous person. His name is Jake Fogelnest. He's a writer.
Oh, no,
that's
him.
our friend.
Yeah.
We know him. That's
I
our friend.
didn't know him. He literally was on his phone. He opened the car door, got in the back seat, and I go, I'm not an Uber. And he
That's
goes,
our
"Oh."
friend.
That's so funny.
Jake Fogelnest got in my car and he thought my car was an Uber.
my
Jake
God,
Fogelnest.
Jake Fogelnest. Get in my
Shout
car.
out Jake Fogelnest.
Get in my
Yeah,
Honda
Jake.
Fit.
We should have Jake in the.
I would
in the-
love
in
to
the-
if
in
he
the new
walks
car.
up in the
Oh
truck.
my
what if-
God.
what
Should
if
we go
we
pick
find
up
him?
Jake Fogelnest?
Yeah, let's go pick him up.
Honestly, if
I know where he
around,
lives.
He lives right near me.
Yeah.
That would be the weird if you were like, hey, can you just get in this car? And then he gets in.
Yeah.
And he's on this show, and
Yeah.
I confront him about something he
I think
doesn't
that's-
remember he did
Yeah.
8 years ago.
Oh my God, we could call
And then
him.
we
could
can
call
turn this
him.
into the cash cab.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
See, my Honda Fit, it's got a different vibe. It will never be mistaken for an Uber because it is mistaken for a car someone resides in.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a car someone resides
It's
in.
full up.
And people leave it alone. They're like,
Okay.
nah, there's
That's
nothing
good.
for me to steal in there. There's nothing good in there. And that's kind of great.
That's amazing.
I love it.
I get to that point, and it gets overwhelming, and then I have to purge. I
Yeah.
wish that I was a more moderate person.
This doesn't
I
seem
wish
understand
like a dirty
completely.
car
It's
at
okay.
all.
Do you mean
Well, there's
politically,
so much dirt
Patrick?
on the ground.
Do you mean politically, Patrick?
Oh my
Fuck
God.
off.
Fuck off.
Wow. Okay, you heard it here first.
This doesn't seem like a dirty car at all.
Well, there's just some shit on the ground. Like I bought one of those vacuums that you plug into the cigarette holder that
That's
I can
really
which
cool.
has come in clutch.
Yeah.
Hand car
there's some
wash.
people- I know, and I've been to this hand car wash before.
got a big
Oh,
hand.
something I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to talk, this is also somewhat kind of a driving vlog where we talk about our lives. And
Oh,
we,
beautiful.
We
Talk
show
about
different things.
driving.
So if you guys feel any desire to do some sort of Olivia cam or Syd cam, you film stuff and then we can picture it.
So like if we're driving by something that's very exciting
you
for one
wanna
of us.
film from
Okay,
your
this is
side.
great news.
We
Okay,
can do it.
I'll
So
keep my
I'm
eye out.
happy to do that. Or mouse cam, whatever we want to do.
mouse
Yeah,
you can just
mouse
kind of
cam.
film Mouse's
I was
close
just
up.
like
yeah,
sort of at Syd's knees.
Kind of like
Yeah,
all the
just like-
crumbs, crumb.
Mouse cam would probably be her just humping the camera.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Oh, look at her. She's
You
so
look
cute.
Isn't she cute?
Look at
She's such a
teen.
cutie.
She's kind of like a
Well,
cat/bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, she's so quiet right now, and I can't wait for the explosion of sitting.
Oh, yeah,
and
when
parking.
once we
I
park.
kind of want to
Yeah.
test it, but it feels cruel to Mouse. So I won't do
Right.
that.
Yeah. No, she gets super excited.
Yeah, you should
One-
do something cruel to me instead.
Okay, I'll do something cruel to you. Okay, great. I'm gonna dox you.
Cool.
I was gonna say we are gonna go to the dog park, and I was thinking could go to the dog park under the Hollywood sign. Which, have you been to that one?
I'm
No,
into-
I didn't even know there was a
nothing.
dog park.
There
under
is
the
a
Hollywood
dog
sign.
park under the Hollywood sign, and when I first moved here 2 months in, I took an Instagram picture and I said, I found heaven. It's a dog park under the Hollywood sign.
That's beautiful.
That's so cute.
adorable.
And it's so
and when
cute.
was that?
That was 2012, August
Oh.
2012.
Can we recreate that
Yes.
photo?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, I love
yeah,
that.
Yeah, I'm not in the photo.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
I
just
just
a
took it
photo
of the
of the.
dog
Okay,
park.
so it's a very easy photo to recreate.
Yeah, we
then.
can easily. It's
Easily.
actually almost impossible not to recreate.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Perfect.
But one thing, we could get a coffee or something before. Are you guys hungry or interested in something?
I will always say yes to coffee.
Yeah,
or
I would do whatever.
Restrained Whimsy.
Okay.
We shot a sketch at that place.
It's called Restrained
Whimsy.
Whimsy?
It's a card store, and we shot a sketch. It's the second sketch we ever shot, and it was with Lynn Stewart, who was in It's Always Sunny.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
it's technically like a gift shop.
It's a gift shop.
Is she the
yeah.
older woman? She plays Mac's mom or whatever?
She plays Charlie's mom.
Charlie's mom, yeah.
She's the most genius lady in the whole wide world, and she's, as of recently, no longer with us.
That's so sad.
Love her so infinitely.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
There is something very sad. It's sad when anyone dies.
Oh, yeah.
But I think when
That's a weird take.
Okay, well, let me explain. This is not Jubilee, okay?
I'm going to be honest. I can think of a
Disagree.
couple of people I wouldn't mind.
Okay, you're right. Some people could die.
It's
But
sad when most people die.
Overall, but I was going to say there's something very singularly sad to me, and maybe it's because I'm a TV person or maybe because I'm in the industry, when like a very significant type of character actor dies. I
Yeah.
get like, I don't know why, but I'm like, these people were so unique.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
know, when unique people
What
die, it makes
celebrity
me sad.
deaths fucked you up really bad?
This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Ernest, Jim Varney, the guy that played Ernest, the Ernest movies.
Oh, I love that.
That was the first celebrity I cried about.
Oh, my God.
No, I get that.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because he was a working class goofball.
Yeah.
And that was something I was looking for. What about you guys? Did you guys cry over any celebrity deaths?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
especially back in the day when they were just taking them, like what
just
was it like?
taking 'em.
Like 2017, the
Yeah,
world was
there
just
was a
taking them.
year that-
When it was Prince?
David Bowie
David
got
Bowie.
me
died.
hard.
Yeah,
David
yeah,
Bowie
yeah.
made me
Yeah.
so sad that I went off and got drunk with someone who was an authority figure, and then my roommate was upset because I said I was going to go get drunk with her, and then I bailed. But I was 19,
Whoa.
and then Gene Wilder couldn't handle it.
That was
couldn't
pretty
handle
brutal.
It. I like had
That was pretty
nightmares
brutal
for a really long time because I was in
Yeah.
love with Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
And then Alan Rickman, very sad.
Yeah.
He
and
died
then
on my
Lynn,
birthday.
Lynn, but
did?
that's a double
Yeah.
reason because
'Cause
it's
you
like
knew
we
her.
knew her and she's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
best, but also
Yeah.
devastating because she's Lynn.
Yeah. That's brutal.
Okay,
It's
what
so
celebrity
sad.
births got you guys excited? Because now I just
Okay.
feel really, really down.
Well, I was just saying, okay, I was saying on the intro, I did, on Monday, I went to the Beyonce concert.
Oh fuck! How was
Cowboy
it?
Carter.
Oh,
It was incredible, but
shit.
she brought out her little 7-year-old roomie.
Okay, I saw
7 or
that.
8-year-old.
I saw that video.
And I
so
was openly
cute.
weeping because it was like, truly the girl, she was just so excited to be there.
Yeah.
And behind her was Blue, who was like, I'm
Oh
here
my
to
God,
work
yeah.
and I'm focused and I'm doing my best
Yeah.
job. And then she's just like, I'm a kid, this is crazy.
That's so
It's
cute.
so cute, and also
Yeah.
it's like we've seen Blue really like transform
I
into
know.
this like incredible
I
performer
know,
over
it's
time.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
She's so
She was
cool.
like so nervous at first, and now
Yeah.
she's like she looks exactly like Beyonce when
Oh, it's
she's
amazing.
performing. Like
Yeah.
she's like has that thing.
If you had to create a celebrity kid, pick
Mm-hmm.
2 people to have a kid with the potential for that kid
yeah.
to be something great. And they don't have to be married. They don't have to even know each other. And they don't have to be for the same time period.
Whoa.
Okay.
Who would you pair?
And am I making someone good or someone that I think would just be a train wreck?
Let's do both.
Okay.
One for the good of the world and one for the good of entertainment.
Okay.
Because that was celebrity kids, unfortunately, are very frequently just kind of entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you're devastated enough everything is entertainment.
That's true. That's and I don't want to be that.
No, I would
Have you ever
prefer to
thought
be
about
happy.
that? I know. Because sometimes you're like, you meet people and it's like, everything is a mess. I love this. It's a disaster. I love this. This is horrible. And it's like, well, what if something is horrible and you don't enjoy that? And then you enjoy the thing that's nice and then you deal with the thing that's horrible.
That's allowed as well.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're both allowed.
Yeah, they're allowed.
I feel like it's like I'm trying to think of like two world leaders from clashing places, and if they had a kid, maybe that would actually fix it.
Like Stalin and Hitler? Or no, those are
That would be actually, I think, worse.
Awesome! Yay!
Wait, Stalin and Hitler?
Wait, like Stalin and Hitler. Okay, and Stalin ex Hitler, the collab of the century.
What would that kid be like?
I never forgot Stalin was on the same side as Hitler.
A crazy,
Like
crazy
Churchill and
collab.
Hitler.
Yeah, Churchill and Hitler. Because then maybe like the kid would be like, guys, I think like maybe the kid could like parent trap them.
Yeah.
And that would actually solve all the world's
that
wars.
has to be twins.
The
Yeah, it has to be
problem
twins.
is
they have
that
twins. Yes,
they have
Lindsay
twins.
Lohan, played by
And they're
Lindsay
both
Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan. And one of them's, and the one's British because Winston Churchill, and the other one is Southern because of Hitler.
Southern.
Well, no, the other one is from Napa.
Oh, yeah.
But they have
just like
a
Hitler.
vineyard in Napa, and they do ride horses.
Okay, imagine this. The celebrity baby of Michael Jackson
Okay.
and Trisha Paytas.
Wow. That
What do
would
you guys
be
think
a
about
mess.
that?
That would be a mess.
Yeah, that'd be
Think
hard.
about, I mean, I'm also, this just hit me. Because AI is such a big thing,
Yep.
right? Where you can bring back to life, someone could make a Michael Jackson song
Right.
now.
And
But-
project him dancing to it.
What if that was the same with like,
Babbies.
people start planning for like IFV, or it's like,
yeah.
or
AI
IVF,
AIFV.
infertilization vitro.
IVF.
IVF.
I try to be getting that IFV.
IFV, not me in that IFV grind. But you push it
It's
like
AIVF.
AIVF, and you can send it like 100 years in the future, and you can use my sperm in 100 years.
Dude,
That's sick as hell.
great. Let's do that.
Okay.
I hate.
Let's do that.
Wait, that's sick as hell. Because
wait.
also then
Actually
you could
sick.
like have a trust, and in the trust you can write like these are the people who are going to get my spermies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can entrust your sperm after
You
your
could
death.
load 'em.
Hey,
Let
wait,
'em
do you
go.
guys think I would be good at entrusting my sperm after my death?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd be great at it.
I got trust on the mind because my mom's been emailing me her trust over and over again.
What? Why? Why is she sending it to you?
My mom does this thing where every few months she'll prepare me for her death. And I assume this is a thing most moms do, or maybe just
Yeah.
most Jewish moms. And she'll just send me a bunch of emails. Today I got 3
Okay.
of all of the trust, and then on all of them the subject line was "Please print hard copy of
Oh
trust."
my fucking God.
And then
Better than not being prepared.
every
I'll-
time
I
she
know.
goes on a flight, she goes, your father has life insurance. And I'm like, what? Are you going to kill him? What's going on? Like, it's really weird.
It just kind of, is it that thing where, can you track it? Is it maybe she's finished a project and she's bored? Or is there something where it like comes back to her because something happens?
I think
I
she's
think-
probably just feeling nervous that day.
Okay.
I honestly think it's maybe a Jewish mom thing. And I could be wrong, maybe other people don't have this experience,
Okay.
but I have heard other people with the experience of their parents constantly preparing for their own death.
I think it's
Yeah.
definitely a type of parent that does that, and it's not. Yeah.
My parents are not preparing for their death. They probably have a will and a trust and stuff like that. They don't talk to me about their medical issues. I have to try.
I'm in that boat, kind
It's
of.
a frustrating thing
Yeah.
sometimes because they'll call me and be like, oh, by the way, I'm leaving the hospital. I was there for 3 days. You're like, what?
Yeah, they
happened?
like don't want to worry you,
That
and you're
is
like,
have to tell
also
me,
such
yes.
a parent
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they also frequently say, and honestly, good on them for this. I'm cool with it. They go like, well, we're going to Paris or whatever. And they go, yeah, sorry, we're using your inheritance. Like, you're not getting anything.
That's
we're
funny.
We're using the money while we have it.
I mean, I think
And I'm
that's...
like, go, it's your money. I
Absolutely.
don't deserve your money.
No, I don't understand. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it's just because I'm not going to get an inheritance, but I just don't understand. I'm like, why would you just
I don't get that
like
either.
what? But maybe
it's
I'm
never
just
made sense to me.
maybe that's just because
yeah.
I don't because I'm
Yeah.
not. It's not me. I don't get it.
But also, I've been so like, I don't know, like meeting people with, in LA with money.
dude, it's fucked up.
It's so crazy. I was at a party once. I think I've explained this maybe on this podcast. Maybe not, but maybe to you guys. This might be one of my big stories, and we
Ooh.
don't know. It probably isn't. I was at a house with like our friends, Jeremy and Kylie, and Jeremy's girlfriend, Christina, and Angela. We got invited to this like billionaire's house in Beverly Hills. It was a Halloween party. And everybody else saw me talk to this girl for a long time because she was just like talking and we were laughing. And these
iconic.
kids were like aliens. Like they didn't quite understand human beings.
The kids of the billionaire?
Yeah. And they were like, what were you talking to her about? And I said, she came up to me and told me that she had a crush on some guy and she's trying to get him to take her to Outback Steakhouse. And then I brought up a bloomin' onion and she said, what is that? And I showed her a picture and she said, that cannot be real. And I had to explain to her what a bloomin' onion was.
Whoa.
And she was like, that is not real.
So,
I was like, yes, it's real. Yes, it's real. She said, that's what? What is that? And I felt crazy. Probably our exact age, if not younger than me, maybe mid-20s. She's just finishing law school.
It's the crazy thing is because you know that there must be like a restaurant that's fancy that does their take on a bloomin' onion.
Yeah.
well, also like
There has to be.
I've never been to an Outback Steakhouse, but I still
You haven't?
I've never been. But
Oh shit! You're missing out.
We should go.
But-
Maybe we
go.
reroute.
I've never been to an Outback Steakhouse, but I know what a fucking bloomin' onion is. Like I know
Yeah.
what Outback Steakhouse is. Like even if
Yes.
I've never had a bloomin'
But
onion,
also,
it's like, I
and
know
then
what it.
to be shown a picture of it, you wouldn't go, that's
not real."
No, in fact, it's very
you
real.
that's AI.
That's AI.
My thing too is it's like I've seen what they make on Top Chef. I know what they're serving in the restaurants you go to.
Yeah.
Those things are far more impressive than a bloomin' onion.
Yes.
You can't possibly think it's like not comprehensible that somebody could make that.
Her whole thing was there was a guy that had a crush on her, but he didn't have as much money as she did, and he didn't come from money. And so she thought it was really cute, but he was self-conscious. He didn't make that much money. So she said, just take me to Outback Steakhouse. In his, like, whatever, his Motorola car. His Mitsubishi, or whatever
in his
it was.
Motorola car, whatever the poors drive, Motorola car. Personally, I drive an iPhone.
I drive an iPhone for me. It's an iPhone for me. But it's crazy to meet people like that, where you're like, I had a period of my life where I couldn't imagine. Someone said, what would be the amount of money that you'd be so comfortable with?
How old were you in this?
This was 4 years ago, 5 years ago. What, 28?
Mm-hmm.
How much money would you need to be just comfortable and be like, I'm set? And I said $7,000.
Oh my god.
That's all I needed. If I had $7,000, I'm good to go.
What a
That's
different.
beautiful.
I mean,
That would be it.
yes. No, Patrick. No, you would. Like, I understand that concept of like,
No, I
I would
understand
love to
being
have.
there and
No, get
thinking
it
that.
in savings.
Oh,
about
okay,
that.
okay.
No,
Because I
truly,
think $7,000 to your name, period, for all of life.
Yeah.
That not happening.
No, that can't happen.
That can't
You
happen.
can't do that because something comes up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god, no.
Absolutely.
Do
I
we
just
smell a big gas leak?
I
yeah, there's a
just
gas
smelled
leak.
that.
Do you know my goal for 29?
I'm wondering if that's in my car or if it's
No, we
outside.
passed it. I always have
Okay.
that thought.
Should we open the window and check?
Yeah.
We can find out. My goal for 29 is to
Oh, now
financially
she's
be
loving
able
it.
to afford to live to 30.
Whoa, that was the goal for 29?
I just turned 29,
Okay.
so that's my goal.
That's you're trying to afford
Yeah.
to live to 30. I
Yep.
love that.
I can.
Can you smell it? It went away.
Oh.
But the good news is we get a really good view of the New York Film Academy.
Yeah,
God.
and let's just say where we are real quick. We're in Toluca Lake. I made a choice. I'm taking us to Basecamp, which is one of my favorite little coffee shops.
Oh,
Nice.
fun.
And it's right over here. We just passed the Warner Brothers lot.
I interned on the Warner Brothers lot for like 4 years.
Do you want to
Did you?
roll these up for sound?
Yeah.
No, I don't. We can. It doesn't matter.
You love
I can turn
it.
the air on. Are
I
you guys a
love-
little warm? I was a
No,
little
I'm feeling great.
At a light perfect.
I just
Okay,
didn't want
sorry.
you to ruin your sound for
No,
you.
I kind of. I tell them that
You
it
tell
doesn't
them to-
matter.
well,
The sound is going to be the sound.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what this is.
That's actually a beautiful lesson.
Yeah. Well, we're here.
We're here.
We're focusing on
We're
this.
here.
We're not focusing on this.
Yeah,
we're here at the
know?
Bob
live
Hope
in the
Drive.
present, focus on your
Yeah.
loved ones.
I like to say
Yes.
that they're I include them like they're like one of my friend's new partners, like my
Oh,
friend's
I
new
love
girlfriend.
that.
Where it's like
Yeah.
you might not know kind of
Yeah.
about us, but like
Yeah.
we're welcoming to you and we're cool
100%.
to you. But like we'll explain some inside
But we're
jokes.
also not like cornering you to try to get to know
Yeah.
you. It's a natural
You came to our
introduction into
hang.
the group.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll never ask you a question. You're here to watch me.
I mean, how fucked up would it be if we just asked the camera questions
That
and
would
then
be
waited
weird.
like Dora the
I
Explorer?
think we should
that would
actually.
be weird. We're passing the Disney lot too.
Yeah.
Wow, what a Los Angeles day.
Isn't this so Los Angeles?
Do you have you ever worked on the Disney lot?
I did work on the Disney lot. I did ADR for a movie called Quiz Lady. and I did some additional
Lady, that
voices
was-
with Sandra
Yeah.
Oh and Aquafina.
Yeah.
I have a few lines in it that are just off-camera lines where
That's funny.
I describe on the phone that I'm a sexual cannibal.
Okay, amazing.
And then I had to do the types of lines. This was actually a little dream of mine. I had weird, specific dreams.
you had a
as a
specific...
kid.
Yeah, like to make $7,000.
Like $7,000. But
to
my
be a
dream,
sexual cannibal
my
for
sexual
Aquafina.
cannibal. But my dream was there's a line where I say like, "You suck, Ron," or I go like, "Is the like a TV falls?" And I have the voice in the background. And someone goes like, "Is the TV okay?" And I wanted to make those because when I was a kid, I used to hear those random lines. I remember them
The
from
My
like,
Leg SpongeBob guy.
My leg in Mr. Deeds. There was a guy on a news article that screams like "cat killer, cat killer." And there's stuff like that I used to always love, and I got to be like the random voice guy.
Yeah, that's fun.
And of course, it paid
love that.
$150 or whatever.
Oh, of course.
But that was a
so
holiday
close
dream.
to $7,000.
But I was in the big movie, the room where they do the voices and ADR for animated movies.
That's so
really
fucking
cool.
So it was like that gigantic
Yeah.
wall, and I
Well-
loved a lot. Any lot I can
Wait.
get onto, I just want to sneak on.
Wait, was
Totally.
it the Disney animation or was it live
Yeah,
action?
it was the animation.
Was there a big whiteboard with a bunch of signatures on it?
I think there was.
Okay.
Did you write that?
When
Sign
I
that?
was a child.
Did you write all of those?
Yes, when I was a child, I was the voice of Lilo for kids and for toys and games. And some
What?
of the like I would do ADR on the TV show. There were 3 Lilos. Every time a Lilo would outage, they'd hire another. So I was like the 3rd Lilo.
No way.
But I went to that. If we're thinking of the same thing, there's a big whiteboard where all the famous voiceover
Yes.
artists sign their names. And I was truly 5, and I signed my name in a heart. So big. Like too big.
Just ambitiously big.
Like inappropriately big.
Like, I'll be back.
Like inappropriately big because I'm 5 and I don't understand that that's fucked up.
That's
So
unbelievable.
and I went back later on as an adult and was like, it was like inappropriately. So
Wow.
if you
here's the
see a
parallel
child's
parking.
handwriting,
Okay,
like
that's
my
you.
name in an inappropriately big heart.
Wait,
is-
Patrick, I don't think you're bad at parallel parking at all. You
Is it
did
okay?
the very
But then I
expert.
hit it. Then I hit
Yeah.
the.
No,
But
no,
you
no,
did
no,
a
no,
great
no,
job.
no.
how you know.
No, you're great at parallel parking.
Okay.
You're being very hard on yourself.
Okay.
Turns out.
Okay, well, we're about to park and we're going to hear Mousy. Get
What do
ready.
you think? What do you think?
Mousy?
And what do you think about that?
Okay. Okay, we're going to go get a coffee.
You want to get a coffee?
Okay, we'll be right back. Bye.
Hi there.
Hold on. Hi there.
Hi there.
Hi there. We just went to Basecamp. That was your first time there, guys. It's one of my favorite little places. What did you guys think?
I like that it's horse friendly.
It's very horse friendly. I've seen a lot of horses there before.
I was shocked they didn't serve horse.
I know. I think it's because horses go there.
Right, they'd be offended.
Right.
they'd be
Okay.
offended.
So my whole thought is because chickens are cannibals. I forget
Yeah.
that other farm animals are not.
Oh, right.
But chickens are. So
Wait, we were just talking about you guys have a short film that you made that's going to be at Tribeca this
that's
year.
very
Yeah.
true.
Which is so fucking
Thank
crazy.
you.
It's gonna be
We're going to be
fun.
in New York. It's so cool.
I
I remember
love
you guys
the
were
New
making
York.
it. You were telling me about it. It's a crazy
Yeah.
cult movie.
Yeah.
It is very fun.
It's going to be really fun.
So it's super silly, and it's probably going to be the stupidest one there.
That's so
And I
exciting.
mean that in a good way.
Yeah, of
like
course.
it's going to be so silly and stupid and fun.
course.
Yeah, we our friend Blake, who's the best, who Syd worked on a short film with last year or the year before something.
Yeah, I think
Last year. He directed it and brought the crew, and we brought like the cast, and we got some actually like really sick, great people from like
That-
fucking casting networks.
Oh,
like,
was that fun? You guys got like older people.
we did.
Yeah.
We had to
Casting
because
older people is one of the hardest things to do in any like independent
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
well because
people
yeah.
don't talk about it because casting older people is such a crapshoot.
Older people and kids.
and
and
kids,
kids. Oh, boy.
huge crapshoot.
Yeah.
I shot something with a kid where someone had to play the young version of myself, and it was so crazy because that kid was so good and so professional, and I was so blown away, and I was such a mess, and I was
That's
like,
so
wow,
funny.
I'm so embarrassed. The younger me is gonna do so much better.
so funny.
Yeah, it is a crazy thing. I literally was talking to this girl last night who her short, which is in Tribeca, is all kids. And
Oh
I
my
was
God.
literally
Oh, kids!
how did you find? Yeah, I was
Oh
like,
my
how did you
God.
find all the kids? And she was like, it's just some woman found these kids for me, and two
That's-
of them happened to be from Missouri. I
Such
was
a
like, what?
crazy sentence.
Oh, I'm running this red.
That's a key. Running a yellow.
Oh, it was an orange. Okay,
uh,
under the wire.
No, but it's funny because like, so for our thing, it's a cult, right? And we wanted to have it be a believable cult. And so we couldn't just have it be like our friends and just like a bunch of people in their late 20s and early 30s. Cause it's like, yeah, let's be real. Like that's not, so we found, we cast some of our friends and we cast some people from Actors Access and like casting networks and stuff. But the best part of that is that we had them just like do cult chants and scream as the audition.
Great. And that's a fun self-tape.
It was so
It's a great
fun.
thing to have on your computer is a bunch of strangers like chanting.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And it's a great thing for them to do for their neighbors in their studio apartments or their one bedrooms in the complex.
Yeah, it's great.
I love that.
The best part of the whole thing is Natalie Palamides, though.
Oh, I love her so much.
She's so good.
She's one of my favorite
Like
people.
one of the funniest people
She's
ever.
a genius.
I've known her for like 10 years, and I remember the first time I ever saw her, she was playing some little kid, like waiting for the bus in a full jumper, and this was like a sketch open mic night, and she ate an orange from the rind all the way through like it was an apple. She ate it through the middle.
Yeah.
And the way I've never seen anyone eat an orange. I remember thinking like, what is she doing? But she's so always
good.
been on a different level than everybody else.
It's
around
true.
her.
She commits harder than anyone else
Yeah,
in a
she's
way
amazing.
that's just true artistry, which I know is so silly to say, but
No,
it
it's
really
real.
is.
True.
Like,
It's really real.
It's like really is. Like everything she does is at an absolute 100.
100%. No, and it's like we brought her in, and she's like, her bit is kind of its own little cutaway bit that we see a couple different times. And we were both just like, oh my God, are we asking her to do too small of a part in this thing? Like, because we just think she's so great. But she just showed up, crushed it, did exactly what we assumed she would probably do, even though the only thing we said was like, do whatever you want. She crushed it. So
There's
funny.
that gas leak again.
Yeah, I think there's a gas
must be
leak around
right
here.
here.
It's probably the Capitol Grill having a huge gas
The
leak.
Capitol Grill has a gas leak, guys.
Spread that.
And you know what used
Spread
to
it.
be here? Was this the place? Or no, it's over there.
Oh.
There used to be a claim jumper right here.
Oh,
and I never
I think
went
it was
to.
this.
Yes,
Was it this?
It was that.
this
Always
because
I've
wanted
been to
to
Claim
go.
Jumper.
Claim Jumper was a restaurant where-
great. I love Claim Jumper.
Wouldn't you get a free meal if you gained like 10 pounds? There was a scale there
Probably.
in the 90s or 2000s.
I don't know if this was when I was there, but I would have gotten a free meal for sure as a
If you
kid.
gained 5 or 10 pounds, your meal was free.
while eating there.
Yeah.
Oh, like if you
left the scale.
if
If
you
you
packed
walked away
on,
heavier.
if you put so much
Yeah.
in your body that
Yeah.
there was 5 more pounds of
I think
weight
so.
in your body.
I
you
think
could,
so.
Okay,
Love
that's
that
fucking
so
awesome.
much.
I know. Isn't that awesome? It totally rocks.
Yeah, this is.
I
Yeah.
was going to say something about New York. If you guys are looking to do something weird,
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
this is a
weird.
completely random recommendation. Me and Kylie Brakeman once, one of our dear friends.
We love
all of our
Kylie.
friends. We love Kylie.
I'm a friend of the car.
Friend of the car.
A friend of the car.
Kylie Bregman, friend of the car.
Kylie Brakeman, friend of the car. Been in the car. I
Been in
think
the
it's-
car, absolute friend of the car.
I actually, not to spoil a future episode, but Kylie wants to be on this podcast, and I'm going to drive her around Pasadena as she puts in resumes at restaurants. That's what she
That's
wants to do.
funny.
That's fucking sick.
Which is so fun.
That's
Can't wait for
so
that day. It'll be a
good.
good time.
Oh my God. In Pasadena, too.
Pasadena.
It's so good.
Going back to those Houston's roots.
Wow.
Where
Oh
she
my God,
started.
that's so funny.
But we went to a thing called the Gaia Music Collective, which you might have seen on Instagram, which is it's like those 300 people singing like a choral version of like Maggie Rogers or Chapel
Yes,
Roan.
I know exactly
They
what
do
you're
them in
talking
this
about.
Brooklyn gymnasium basement, and we went in and sang Landslide. It was like 250 people. It was one of the most transcendent experiences
You
of my
sing
life.
it with them?
They send you the sheet music and your part 2 weeks before, and you memorize it. And so you should look up what Gaia Music Collective is doing when you're there.
Wait, that's so funny.
You go
love
out there, it's a
that.
3-hour thing. You sing together. It is so beautiful. You do this improvised like choral up and down thing, and then everyone shouts their roses and thorns. People are like, I'm getting married. I'm doing this. I'm having a baby. I just finished grad school. And then like you sing with your part, and you're with all the tenors or all the altos or whatever. And then you split up and walk around and sing. And then you pair up with someone you don't know and you sing back to back.
Do you have to like audition?
No, it's a free 3-day, or not free, you have to pay, but it's a 3-day or a 3-hour choral like experience. It's a 3-hour choir.
Wow.
One day choir, I think that's what they call it. Sorry.
That's so
That's
cool. No,
okay.
you're great.
I almost got
I think
us
you
in
should
an
do it
accident.
next time.
That would be a great episode
Get
for the
an
show.
Just like filming
Syd and Olivia. Maybe
lo-fi
that's-
music as I like zoom in on the on the bump and stuff like that.
Maybe
And then you can
instead of
record
going to
you-
the dog park, we should try to make you get in an accident today.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then you can record you exchanging information with a stranger, but the stranger's
Yes.
Jake Fogelnax.
That's a good idea.
What's the best accident you guys have ever gotten in?
I was gonna say, if you can you imagine me hitting a car and Jake Fogelness walks out.
It would be so
I would love
good.
it
That would
so
be great.
much. It would be the
That would
only
be just
good
like cherry
accident.
on top.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The best accident I've ever been in. So I had a string of accidents when I was
Not a string.
just moved here. I
Ugh,
think
not a
it was
string.
4 or so, like 1 a year for 4 years in a row.
Okay.
I was on a lot of fender benders.
Okay.
And to the point where there was one that I did and I got out and it was like I knew everything. I was like, can we do this out of insurance? Can you get 2 estimates? Can you just do this? And let's do this. And you can call my number and we'll figure this out. And I'll meet you there. I knew the whole deal.
Wow.
How
Were
to
you
do
the
it.
causer of them?
Yeah. 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 All of them.
Iconic.
It was a lot of bumping into people.
Yeah.
Like what I almost just
No,
did.
the
Kind
only
of
time I've
throwback
ever
Thursday
bumped into
vibes.
people is when my aux cord gets tangled in my the thing
God.
that makes the gears shift.
Yes.
And that has been 3 different times I've tapped a car because that got tangled.
That's
And I think I need to get a Bluetooth car next time.
you do. Or just a shorter aux cord.
Yeah.
Maybe.
My favorite accident I've ever gotten in is Syd and I were doing a show at 3 clubs and we played these 2 uncles who were like getting a divorce from each other or something.
wow.
And we both had like full beards and full like boy makeup and
It was a drama.
it was a drama.
It's drama.
Yeah. It was like a bit we did for like someone else's show for like 5 minutes.
You were
and
doing
we,
a drama show.
And we were
Yeah,
in like
it was a drama show.
I was in a full beard
Shakespeare.
and eyebrows, and then I took my hair down, and so I'm after the show I didn't take the beard off, and I looked like Jonathan Van Ness because I do when I put on a beard and I have my hair down, and I accidentally got in it was the aux cord thing, and I literally got in a teeny tiny fender bender with another car.
Well, you also leaving the show said,
Yeah.
"I hope I get
I hope
pulled
I get in a
over
car. I hope
like
I get
this."
pulled over like this.
Oh
Is
my
what I
God.
said.
You called
Because-
it. You Babe
yeah,
Ruth did.
I did by accident, and then I accidentally got in a fender bender. And the people I forgot at the time because I was so flustered that I had a full beard.
Wow.
And the woman and her like older mother were like actively afraid of me. They were like, "Oh no, it's fine." And I was like, "Oh, do you want my insurance?" And they were like, "No, it's fine, it's fine." And I was like, "Oh no, it's all good, it's my fault." And they were like. I was like, what's going on? And then I opened my phone to get like my email like from AAA.
Yeah.
And I realized that that was what I looked like. And I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't normally look like this. And they were still scared and they didn't believe me. And they never called me. And I never had to do anything for that.
Wow.
So I got out of that because I think I just
I
scared,
guess that's a
scared them.
hack then.
Yeah, so
Wow.
that's a hack.
That's crazy.
The best thing about a car accident really is that you will always remember the song you got into a car accident
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Like, what were the songs you got into car accidents to?
Oh
I know
my
yours,
gosh.
right?
What's
Unless I'm-
yours?
Oh, I got into my first car accident was to The Name Game. You know the song, The Name Game.
Man, full fame,
yeah.
man.
And then I was in high school, which is also like, why the fuck was I listening to The Name
Yeah.
Game?
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
That's so weird.
Wow.
Got into a car accident. Immediately it goes, Shirley, 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 Shirley,
Starts
Shirley.
repeating.
And then
Shirley,
Shirley, Shirley, Shirley, Shirley, Shirley, which is my favorite part of The Name Game, obviously.
Yeah, Shirley Bulburi.
Shirley, Shirley. And then another time I got into a real car wreck where I got hit by a drunk driver and it totaled my car.
No
fucked up.
way.
Yeah.
Like
and
hospital.
I was on the way to actually a Kylie Brakeman improv show.
Really?
no,
No, it was a Cheyenne Grogan improv show.
One of my other
Whoa.
friends' improv shows, and I got hit super hard. My car was totaled, and my bra strap broke in half. And I tried to get Geico to cover it, and they were like, "You're crazy."
Your bra strap? You should have could cover your bra strap.
And they were like, "You're actually so stupid."
That's insane.
And I got this insane car accident, and
That was the biggest complaint I remember
Oh my
hearing is that your
God.
bra broke.
yeah, because
Like
it was
you-
so annoying.
You weren't like
So
you weren't
funny.
like I had to go to the hospital. My back got fucked up. You're like my
my
bra
God.
broke.
It
That's
broke in
so
half.
funny.
I was like, "This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen."
I want to give a little driving context.
Yeah.
We just drove onto Lake Hollywood Drive. Where we're going is, have you guys ever hiked the Wisdom Tree over here?
No, I don't know what that is.
There's
That sounds
a hike
like a
here.
curse.
There's a great hike. But if you go even farther, you go into this private little neighborhood. And you go past that. We're going to go around the Hollywood Reservoir and then up the hill. And it's one of the best views of the Hollywood sign. But at
shit.
the same time, there's a beautiful little dog park. So
Oh, I'm
That's
so
beautiful.
excited.
To
This
take you to
neighborhood
it.
is adorable.
I couldn't be
it's a
more
great
excited.
neighborhood. It's an old neighborhood. There's a lot of really cool homes in here. I used to live, when I first moved here, lived at the Oakwoods, right next to this place.
Oh, cool.
Which was an apartment for child stars. And every
Yes.
Sunday,
Kidding me.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know about that.
every Sunday there would be like a seminar, and you could go in and get a free bagel. But then you'd walk in and like 30 12-year-olds were being yelled at by a headshot photographer.
Oh my fucking
You guys
God.
need to look happy in these photos. like seminars, like weird things, and they'd be by the pool.
It's such a nightmare.
It's crazy. And then I moved away, lived in 5 other places, and the last place I lived, the guest house I lived in, was across the street from the Oakwood. So it was a little bit of a full circle moment.
Wow.
Oh,
that
that's
was
funny.
the, you don't have to put this in, that was the Universal.
Yeah. It was, did you guys ever come to that house? Yeah, you did, right?
I don't know. I
No,
think
you
we
didn't.
Zoomed you while you were there, but I don't know if
we
we
must
went
have
over.
Zoomed. Well, because we worked at Smosh together
Yeah.
for one day.
For one day.
One whole day. And the
beautiful
best day of my life,
One
actually.
It was a great day. It was actually beautiful because we hadn't met before that, right?
Mm-mm.
And it was like a
No.
really great day. And I
Yeah.
remember like
You were having a
meeting
really
you.
great day.
You were done. Yeah, which was nice. Everyone has a wonderful relationship with Smosh here.
No, it was
but it's
so
very,
I remember it being so fun, and I remember
Yeah.
being so happy to have met you
Yeah,
before
me too.
we left.
Yeah.
It was like really special because
Yeah.
there is something about working with someone versus just knowing someone. I don't know. Do you guys feel like your friendships or your working relationships are better? Which that feels like an obvious question.
In our lives,
In
personally?
your lives, yeah. I think I really, really value a working relationship, and a lot of my friendships are also working relationships, which I'm trying to get away from, and I'm trying to re-enrich.
You're just trying to
my
have
relationships.
just working relationships and no friendships at all.
I think friendships are a drag.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
they're a distraction,
Cut
and
the
they're a
friends.
money suck.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I'm literally losing money per second, which is why I've turned this into, as we're talking, this is a literal working relationship.
That's
now.
so funny.
But it is interesting. I don't know. I feel like some people are like, they don't go to work to make friends, and they're there to work, and they go home.
Right.
And some people are like the personality hire, which is usually what I am.
It's such a mixed bag. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I have days where I'm like, oh, let's just like focus on work and whatever, and then I have days where I'm like, no, I'm more of in a friend mood.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it really is just
Both are
your
important.
vibe.
I like in any work setting, I like being friends with people just because I'm
Totally.
like a golden retriever and I like people.
Yeah.
And I just get like, yay, people.
I know.
But I also, it is hard when you have like a work relationship that like starts out as a work relationship and
Totally.
then crosses weird friendship boundaries and you're like, oh wait, is this okay or is this weird? Or
Well, you
I don't
guys
know.
have such a specific working relationship. Also,
With each
hottest
other?
couple I've ever seen.
I
in
know.
the
I
world.
literally just saw
What?
them. I was like, well, who are these people?
Oh.
Hottest people I've ever
Wait,
seen
what
just
the
hanging
hell?
out at the park.
Yeah,
talking.
they look like they're in an indie short.
I thought you were
was
talking.
I was
insane.
like, who are those people?
Oh no, they were
Just
going to meet
beautiful.
this hottie, and this hottie's going to steal them both from each other.
Oh, this guy? I know.
yeah,
that guy's
and this
hottie
hottie's
too.
going to steal them all
Oh,
from this
geez.
earth.
I guess if you're just... Oh, yeah, he's going to kill them
Do you know,
all.
I actually don't know if I've ever been to the Hollywood Reservoir.
Really?
Yeah, I think that might be just like a misstep in my Los Angeles career.
It's so pretty. I mean, we're looking over at, you
It's
know...
stunning.
Yeah, I
this
don't
is
know if I've ever been
a
here.
tiny little Hollywood fact. The reason why we have so many reservoirs that are parks now is because there was an ordinance that went out, or a law that went into effect, that you couldn't have any open air reservoirs anymore. So if you see water in an open air reservoir, that is not actually water that we're using.
Mm-hmm.
It's water that is like basically decorative.
It's for show.
Yeah, so the Silver Lake Reservoir, the Rowena Reservoir, the Hollywood Reservoir, those are all for show now, and now all of our real reservoirs are underground.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, interesting.
And does that make the water that we actually drink kind of yucky? Like underground water doesn't sound very
I think
tasty.
it makes
to
it
me.
a little better because of all the
It's not polluted
shit
by the
that's
air.
and all the bird shit and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, like okay, but this
These
might,
are the Lake Hollywood Estates. So this is like also old, right?
Yeah.
This is like really old.
it's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
this might be like truly really really stupid and
It's
maybe
okay.
almost so stupid that it's like ugh, Sydney. But like if you have water in the dark, well there's the Hollywood sign.
There's a Hollywood sign.
If you have water in the dark, doesn't that make mold for me?
Water in the dark, does that make mold for me?
Yeah.
I think...
Hey Patrick. Does water in the dark make mold for me?
I believe, and I'm no scientist, I'll tell you that much. I believe that mold it doesn't come from water. It comes from water and something.
It comes from damp
So-
circumstances.
Water on something. Water
Right.
on, I think water breeds bacteria because it's a life force.
Damp Circumstances is Olivia's band name.
That's my
Damp
band name.
circumstances.
Yeah. Damp
Nice.
circumstances.
Nice.
also
No, I
isn't-
don't want to park here. Okay, we are, so...
Isn't rushing water like make it better instead of still? I don't know.
Yeah.
Guys, we got to research our water
we
facts.
We got to look into this, guys.
Who are these?
So we are, one thing I forgot to tell you is that this is one of the best places to see the Hollywood sign in all of LA.
Oh,
wow.
shit.
So it's right next to this dog park, but it's also a huge tourist spot.
Yeah,
Are we
tell.
like near Runyon?
Oh my fucking
This
God.
is the dog park. Oh my God, and there's something happening.
Oh shit.
Professional
that's
photo
awesome.
shoots are happening.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
This is so crazy.
There's
I
like-
just saw like a lot of those Zorbs.
Yeah, what are those?
When I was a kid, I just got filled with such childlike joy because when I was a kid, I wanted to go to those Zorbs.
Wait,
wanna
excuse me, what is a Zorb?
A Zorb are those gigantic things. They're like plastic balls that you can get inside of.
Like
and
an-
run
yeah,
around.
Like the hamster balls.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
there's
the
like
hamster
18 of
balls.
them down there.
Oh,
There's like
that's sick as
18
hell.
of them down there.
Maybe Mousy can go in one.
What did we walk into?
I don't know, but if they don't let me in one, I'm going to start a fight.
Okay,
Maybe
let's do it.
this is Mousy's early birthday party.
Is it
Whoa,
really?
don't-
Well,
Dr.
her
Baby.
birthday is on May 9th.
Oh my gosh, we're like
She's
right there.
a Taurus.
Yeah.
And
She's a Taurus, and today she's a tourist.
And today
Because-
she's a
Yeah.
tourist.
Look at all of this. I know, isn't this a beautiful view? It's
Yeah.
so gorgeous.
Really stunning.
And then this is the best view of the Hollywood sign. I will show you guys a video.
That's
in a
like
second.
sick as hell.
Who knew?
What the
And we're
heck?
gonna go down here because I did see a parking spot.
Okay, hot.
And that's a parking spot. And here's the thing, as I mentioned, I get princess parking on this podcast every time I need a spot.
Wait, did
It
you just call
shows
that
itself
princess
up.
parking?
Have you ever heard of the term
I've
princess
never
parking?
heard of that. Princess
Princess
parking.
Why is it
Parking
only
is-
15-minute parking though?
Oh, is that what it says?
On the green sign.
Okay, well,
I don't know.
princesses take longer. That's my shirt. That's my merch.
that one. That one is good.
This
This
down
one
there?
says 15 minutes. This one
Oh,
right
wait.
behind us works.
And that guy just left.
Oh my god, wait, we're getting king parking.
We're getting king parking.
Not
this
that king
one.
would be better than princess. I would rather be princess, honestly.
yeah,
No,
this one
it's
is.
Okay, Mousie's squeaking.
Wow, what do you think?
Okay, and
Okay.
also
What
this
else?
is one of my least favorite things in the world, which is parking on it. Oh my God, Mousie!
Parking on a hill.
Putting my Mousie, don't put your head on my craw,
She's
my
so
elbow.
cute.
She's being so
Think,
cute.
what do you think?
Okay, we're parking on a hill. I'm
You're doing
really showing
amazing.
off my parallel today.
You're doing
Okay.
amazing.
What are your
If you hit this car, this is gonna be an excellent episode.
I love it.
You good? I'm trying to get those clicks.
I can draw on a beard really quick.
Okay, I'm gonna put my e-brake on. Oh, there's
job.
chips in my e-brake. Let's not talk about that.
Chips in My E-Brake is my first album from the
Chips
band
in My
Damp
From Damp
Circumstances.
Circumstances. Okay, we're gonna go to the dog park. We'll see you in a bit. All right.
Would be center.
That one right there.
Yeah, like
Absolutely. Oh, she's got it. Okay, we're about to leave. There's a red car in front of me, an enclave that's trying to exit, and that's perfect for me because then I can exit and have a little bit of a berth because one of my biggest fears is when I take off the e-brake.
Oh, that it's
and I
gonna.
go,
Oh my gosh.
We're just staying tight right now.
Okay, it's okay. I
She
feel
almost
bad.
hit us.
I feel bad because I've made a lot of big facial expressions, and I
No,
don't
it's
want to
okay.
make her or him self-conscious.
It's a her, I think.
It's a him. I'm
Is
looking
it a
at his
him?
reflection
and
right
it could
fucking
be a
now.
them.
And he's going back, and it could be a them.
It could
and
be a
now they're
them.
gonna
You
hit
never-
me, and they're not going to hit me.
I did not ask this individual, so
The
no, but
enclave is out, and so am I. And we're good. Okay, and we're back. We had our journey at the dog park.
what a journey.
We saw the sport. It was called Zorb soccer. An
Yeah.
Australian woman sitting on the ground told me it's called Zorb soccer.
Zorb soccer.
Zorb soccer. It's called Zorb soccer.
She said Zorb football.
She said Zorb football, and then someone said Zorb soccer. She goes, oh, Zorb soccer.
So it's just an assortment of words that are nothing, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Oh, it's a Zorb. Yeah, he's like, what is this? Oh, Zorb soccer. It's like, what is this? Binky bonky bonky. Oh, got it.
oh,
We were like,
binky bong.
Binky bong, bing bong.
Oh, got
Okay,
it.
gotcha.
Oh,
Thank you, girl.
thanks, guys.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah, Mousie's not
Mousy?
even shaking anymore. She
Yeah.
had such a good time.
She got all the shakes out.
Yay!
Really wonderful.
She got some exercise.
I'm gonna take her collar off just in case my phone
go
number
Oh, that's
shows.
exciting.
And we were just talking about marriage.
Oh my
And
God,
I
because
said,
we're all going to
let's
try
talk
to
about
get married to each other by the end of the day.
the
Yeah.
marriage pact.
The marriage
Sid and
pact.
I are married.
Okay.
Not legally.
Yeah, you guys are kind of common law married.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, 15 years is definitely
And
common
also
law.
like sharing a bank account. Like
Yes.
there are a lot of marriage
Mhm.
elements to it.
Well, you know, I do think the institution of marriage is kind of crumbling. It's in a spotlight, and it's not really holding up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's some stuff going on with it. I don't currently know what marriage is like. I also like, as somebody who is deeply bisexual, my future changes with everybody I date.
Fair.
And so,
Fair.
especially when it comes to like having kids and stuff,
Yeah.
I am interested in having kids. If I am in a heterosexual relationship, there's a potential for it to be very easy. If I'm in a homosexual relationship, it will be very hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
100%.
one of them is a little more expensive. Traditionally, sometimes heterosexual relationships, having a kid, it can also be expensive.
Yep.
But it just changes the look of it.
Right.
You know, it's like, you never know. In one situation, it might be us making one. In another situation, it might be us adopting. So like, and that's the same with like, currently, if I'm dating a man, will I be able to get married in this administration? We don't know.
We have no idea. And we don't even know.
It seems like that's being looked at.
I'm going to pitch that
on the docket.
nothing good's going to happen with this.
You think there's nothing good that's going to happen?
Well, I think it's very bad and I wake up in fear constantly. But here's the thing. Yeah, I think it has affected me being like, I don't know, like, I think I used to have a way different take on marriage than I do now. And I'm kind of, and I kind of wish that wasn't true. And maybe it'll change back. But yeah.
It's interesting. I do feel like it has to be something that marriage wouldn't change my life when it comes.
Yeah.
It's somebody that I'm so comfortable with. I think the feeling of it being exciting to get married is great. I think there's like, inherently, when you see somebody getting proposed to, it's almost this energy where they're so excited they can't believe it's happening.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to feel like that. I want it to feel like, well, of course we're getting married.
I think that's very doable. Like, I think it's truly per relationship too, because like everyone takes the concept, if they're getting married, everyone takes the concept of marriage differently and does their whole thing different.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you have to kind of, we recently talked to Rachel Scanlon, who is a hilarious comedian.
She's hilarious.
So funny.
She's
And
so good.
She recently got married and talked about how, like, in a marriage, you kind of have to create your own version of it.
Yeah.
You go like, okay, what's the kind of marriage we want to do?
Yeah.
Because kind of like there is no normal marriage. There is no like, oh, this is just what marriage is. It's like, well, you have to kind of create your own version.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
I
like that too. I think that's really beautiful.
Because I think like, you know, what you're saying of like also depending on who you're with, it's going to be different.
Yeah,
and
totally.
there is like something about, like I don't feel like a person who could have easily existed in the 50s. So I probably have to redefine what marriage looks like for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's so interesting. I feel like the modern version of marriage hasn't really changed since the 50s. Before that, it was so much more a business agreement.
I also just think that like we are now more aware of the fact that so many romantic relationships are actually literally bad and like so many people would actually be better off just chilling by themselves or with their friends than like being with someone just to be with someone because that like, and I think that that's really real.
Well, here's something I'm struggling with
we don't
too.
have to get married now, so it's like
do you guys think you're sometimes or do you think we are as a generation, as a group of people, I am concerned sometimes that we're codifying our ways out of just a simple love. Like the idea that we're talking about attachment styles and horoscopes and love languages. We're like, it's almost like we've conquered the world. We've found every piece of land uncharted. And now our human desire to conquer and put a flag in something and claim something has come to relationships.
I think that's very valid.
It's so intellectualized. It's so specific. It's you describe something to someone and go, well, he sounds like a classic avoidant.
Yeah.
Like, well, no, he's a living, breathing human. And so I didn't feel like that or whatever, but then you do hear all of it and we have, I mean, it works in many ways, but I'm nervous it's a way to keep me away.
Like having a self-awareness about certain things that other people might do that are not great or that you might do in relationships or patterns that you might have. I think all of that is really good. And I think there's this thin line where it's like, being self-aware is great. Being aware of things is great. But also when you lean too far into that and you make it you don't like, you over-intellectualize so much and you're like, oh, well, this is my PTSD from this event, so therefore I can't do any better. Like, then that gets hard.
Right.
Because then you limit yourself with the things that it's like, yeah, it's good to be self-aware about this, but you also don't want to be so above and beyond limiting yourself to those definitions.
I think there's like a huge discomfort with like nuance and gray area, which I understand. It feels better to just put like a box around something and go, great, that's that.
Well, that it allows you to close the door.
Yeah,
And then easy to be black and white about it.
Yeah, you can put it in a square if
Mm-hmm.
but it's not. It's weird shaped. It's heavy luggage. It's unusually shaped luggage. It just comes out of a different compartment when you travel.
And you can and like it feels better to be able to be like, that's that, and I can name that, and I'm good.
Yeah.
But it's not always like that, especially like, you know, like sexuality is just like so not that. Like, I've always had a hard time with being like, oh, I guess I have to like really identify every little thing I'm looking for in a partner.
Yeah.
Every little thing that I'm looking for in a sexual partner. Every little thing I'm looking for in a romantic partner.
Yeah.
It's like, I actually don't have to. I can just kind of do whatever feels right in my body.
100%. Yeah.
So
And that's the thing is, it's like when you over-intellectualize too much, then you take yourself away from your intuition, and then that's like actually dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it gets so intense too, where like people start ascribing things to you because they're intellectualizing something that you can choose to intellectualize or not, whether or not you have a type, you have a tendency, especially if you're some sort of queer, you're something in there. People will tend to be like, well, you dated this more than this. Or you've done this. They're tallying their own world.
Yeah.
So you have to remember that you don't have to tally.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
And it also becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy too. Because like I used to be like, I have horrible taste in guys. I have the worst taste in guys. And it's like, yeah, well, if you keep saying that, you're going to keep being like, oh, I like that terrible guy. And it's like, don't do that.
I know. It's a weird thing. And it's also like, well, I feel like this is the type of person that I should be dating as opposed to someone I want to date.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's something that
That's hard.
I think I also have been drawn a little more towards as being like in my 30s or close to basically mid 30s at this point. It's you get drawn to a comfort more than excitement sometimes, or you get drawn to the thing that you feel like you're missing. But I'm also trying really hard not to be like, here's a problem, let me go fix it. Like when I was in like, I don't really, in therapy, I one of the first, with my current therapist who I've had for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, I went in and we started talking about vulnerability, and he's like, well, what do you think vulnerability means? And then I like came back and I was like, I looked up the definition of vulnerability. He's like, I'm not asking about that.
I'm not asking, can you tell me what it is? I don't know.
He's like, yeah, I have access to the internet.
Didn't you have a...
Yeah, I went to a psychiatrist once because I had, like, for a while there were like a few years, maybe it was like right after college, I would have these like crazy fainting spells. And I didn't know what it was. I was like born with a heart murmur, so I was like, maybe it's like a heart thing. I don't know. But I'd be like on the freeway driving and have to pull over to faint. It was like crazy.
Oh my God.
Scary.
Yeah.
See me 1 second.
Yeah. And then be like, and I'm back, queen.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep. She's on the road.
Shirley.
And that's when I got into that accident.
Shirley.
But it was like the weirdest thing. And I was like, why the fuck do I keep fainting? And they put these heart monitors on me and they're like, I don't know what the fuck that is. And at some point they had me go to a psychiatrist and they were like, maybe it's just anxiety. And the guy literally went, it could be anxiety. What is anxiety? And pulled out a dictionary and looked
and read the dictionary definition of anxiety.
And I don't know if that was for his benefit or mine.
But it didn't lead to anything.
No, I didn't. It was just really weird. I was like,
I can't imagine you knew nothing about it.
Yeah, I was like, this could be one of your main things, no?
I cannot, but I also, as a human being, having to look up the definition of an anxiety
crazy.
Is so interesting.
I don't know if he was trying to prove a point or I don't know what was happening.
I don't think he made it clear at all.
Maybe it was psychiatrist pranks?
I had a psychiatrist
prank. It was for that YouTube channel,
Psychiatrist Pranks. I had a psychiatrist once who I was like, hey, something is wrong chemically with me. Like recently I've been driving past just like a random restaurant and it'll say like, we've got a sale. And then I'll think, oh, that restaurant's...
Wait, I'm sorry. I got to stop you. The restaurant
says
will say we've got a sale.
Yeah, that was wrong. The restaurant would be like...
Everything must
it would be
go.
like, there'd be
Take our kitchen.
Yeah, there'd be
Well,
some,
I think that's every restaurant,
yeah,
right?
there'd be
'Cause
some
things go
deal
bad.
or some special.
Everything must go in every restaurant.
Yeah.
Everything must go.
But like I would see a
At some
restaurant
point.
doing like a discount or a special, and then I would in my head immediately think that means the restaurant's probably not doing well. Then I would picture the owner of the restaurant struggling with their family to pay bills, and I would start crying so hard that I like would have to pull across
Oh.
it. So I asked a psych, what is that? Because that's not good.
Yeah.
Like that is bad, and what the fuck is that? And the psych was like, well, have you ever heard of an empath? And I was like, my body went cold and I was like, no, there's no way this is happening right now. Syd was in the room. It was a Zoom. And she was like, I think you might just be an empath. And I'm like, no, because that's crazy what I
She
just
said,
told you.
have you ever heard of an empath?
Oh my God.
And I'm like, that is no. Because like what I just told you isn't what an empath does. That's what a fucking crazy person does. And that's why I'm coming to you for help.
An empath donates
Like
to an
I need-
organization.
yeah,
Yeah.
An empath sees someone and goes like, oh, I feel you,
Yeah.
you know, but they don't start sobbing because a restaurant is having a special because that means potentially someone is struggling
Yeah.
with a family. What the fuck are you talking about? And then I think it was probably just I was PMS.
That's so funny.
But or I'm medically an empath.
Yeah. Well, look, I think being an adult and growing up is actually learning that all the institutions that you thought were ironclad when you were younger
Yeah.
hold no water.
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
Like it's like you just realize all the flaws because I could be doing these things.
Yeah.
If I worked hard enough or I figured out the way to get the best grades in something like that.
Mhm.
Like when it comes to doctors and also like a good person is just the difference between like today and tomorrow
Yeah.
in a job. Like
Yeah.
we need good mailmen so I get my letters today so I can pay my bills because my checks are coming in the mail. As opposed to the mailman that wants to deliver it tomorrow when maybe I'm going to overdraft on my fucking account.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And so you really learn that these people are like not necessarily like geniuses in what they do.
Yeah.
My first therapist I got on BetterHelp, shout out.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a literal drag queen in Mississippi.
Love.
Okay,
And
I do love that.
He was fun. He was a blast. But one time I got on and I was like, what's going on? He's like, I got new teeth. I was like, what? And he was like, I was like, where? He goes, Columbia. I was like, what? He's like, I met one of my clients in the waiting room. I was like, what are you talking about? And then I was like, I'm supposed to talk about my trauma?
I'm traumatized now by your
getting
new Colombian teeth.
These gigantic Colombian veneers.
That's so good.
I love that there was no air of mystery. He was just
No.
like,
I
here's
got new
what's up.
teeth.
No, I mean, he was hilarious.
I love
I
him.
really loved him. One time he did ask to, if I wanted to do therapy in drag. And I said, no. He was like, some people are okay
Was he
with
like
it.
a queer specializing therapist, or was it just for
No, he was gay, but he, I think, worked for a federal organization, like a healthcare kind of federal organization. He
Okay.
was a specialist. I mean, there's some sort of like gray area because you're not supposed to be able to practice out of state, but that's why technically BetterHelp isn't technically therapy or something like that.
yeah.
And if you're sponsoring the episode, we're so happy. So great.
We love
So
it.
excited.
And it's not therapy, it's something better.
It's something better. It's
help.
help. I'll tell you what. Tell you what. But it was very. It was fascinating. He
never did sessions while he was in drag.
No, he wanted to.
But he
okay,
asked
or
if
he
you
didn't
would
want to.
want
He asked if I would want that.
Okay, now here's my
I thought he
question.
was asking if you would want to try drag.
Here's-
No,
in
that would
the
be fun.
session.
I would.
I was like, that's actually kind of fun.
I guess the question
Kinda
is,
sounds
I
fun.
thought he was
Therapy.
asking, like, he's not asking if you'd be okay with it. He's
No.
asking if you would want it.
He
like,
was
if you
saying.
would
He
prefer
was
it.
saying I will be in drag. He was asking if I was okay.
Yeah.
With it. I will
Okay.
be in drag at this time. Would you
be uncomfortable.
be uncomfortable?
And you
I,
said,
I
I'm
basically
very-
said I think I'll wait. And
You're
I didn't have any
you're like,
problem.
I'll be
but
having too much fun. I'm not going to be able to talk about my projects
think
or
I'll
like my
wait.
I'll be
problems.
drunk.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I'll wait.
I didn't know what to do, man.
That's so funny. I don't know if I want to see that.
It wasn't necessarily that.
It would just be too
It
much
was-
fun.
It's not what I'm paying for. You know what I
Fair.
mean?
No,
It's not
it's
quite.
not the service you signed up for.
No, that's like when people try to get sex work from us, and it's like that's not the service we're
That's not-
advertising. Like,
and how do they try to get that? Is that a
Cameo.
cameo
Yeah,
situation?
Cameo.
We'll
There's sex fiends on Cameo?
We'll sometimes get, there's everything on Cameo.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll get people on Cameo who are like, hello, my friend gave me a huge wedgie at the soccer game. Would you pretend to be squishing a little bug with your foot?
yeah, people have wedgie
And that's,
fetishes
like, a
and
weird
squish
fetish
bug
thing.
fetish, foot fetish,
What?
and they make us go like, and they always pretend to be like someone that they're not. Like
Yeah.
they'll always be like, "Hi, my name is Kylie, and my friend Kelsey got the biggest wedgie. Can you talk about how big her wedgie was and how it went all the way up her butt and over her head? It even tore her panties. Can you tell me that?
Nuts.
Can you roast her for having her panties torn?
Yeah, they also are always like, can you roast
and we're like,
me?
since when are we roast comedians? That's so uncomfortable.
Also, why would you roast someone for having their panties torn?
And so we'll do the cameos. We'll take the money and we'll be like, hi, Kelsey, your friend Kylie wants us to roast you for getting a wedgie, but we don't think that's very cool. Like, and then we'll just send it to them.
Yeah, we don't do good versions of it, but
No.
we do them.
We
That
do it.
makes sense. I was
We
gonna
don't do
say,
it well because we know that you're just trying to jack off to it.
Yeah, I feel like you guys have a really good, like, gauge on how you can act while still being comfortable with people on the internet, but I'm sure you're getting insane stuff. Like, did you guys have to develop that, or did you have to make a choice to be like, I'm just not going to engage with this, or I'm going to just mock how ridiculous this weird pervert is?
We used to just reject them at first.
Yeah.
And say like, we don't do these. And then
Right.
they would just keep sending them. And eventually we sent them one back that was like, hi, we're not going to do it, but we are going to take your money.
You mean the cameo? The
cameo.
cameo.
Yeah,
Cameos
yeah.
and anything. I mean, I'm sure you guys get
Yeah.
weirdos all the time.
Yeah.
Not
No?
as much
Okay,
anymore.
good.
Like, I mean, I don't know.
I got a guy a couple years ago who asked me to kick him in the balls for $100. I said
Wow.
no, because I don't want to hurt another person because I'm legally an empath.
You're legally in a bath. It was a legal therapist.
Yeah.
It was a lawyer therapist.
A legal therapist.
It's a
legal drag queen therapist. Now on CBS.
You have the right
Going to court.
slay in session.
In session.
Court is now in session.
That's
So
Insane.
fucking good. Wow.
They're like, weird. In the
Honestly-
testings for this, everyone's saying it's not relatable. There's no part of it that is relatable to anyone.
Wait, is there a drag queen Judge Judy style show? Because if there's
really
not,
should be.
that is the best idea in the world.
I feel like there is.
There has to be.
There's gotta be,
popular
right?
RuPaul's drag
Yeah.
queen person
Judge,
that has done a judge.
we
thing.
have to make it
I mean, there
happen.
might have been a Trixie Mattel thing.
It's important.
Trixie Mattel should absolutely do that.
Yeah, that
Trixie
would
Mattel
be-
should step on my fucking face.
Remember when they did the Quibby Chrissy Teigen judge series?
Yes. Did you guys have anything at Quibby?
No.
Quibby was
No.
a streaming service that the big thing was you could turn your phone sideways.
It was like CISO.
It was like CISO. But
You
a
remember?
lot of money went into it. A lot of money went into it, and it kind of tanked really fast.
Yeah, Quibby
Quibby
and
and
CISO
CISO
both just didn't.
Was there another one that was like
stay?
Quibby, Go 90.
Go 90.
Go 90
And
was Verizon.
remember Go 90 had that moment where they're like, we're giving out pizzas today.
Yeah.
They had a day where they're like,
Yeah.
we'll give you pizza if
Well-
you text Go 90.
We lived through such an unbelievable era. They thought it was going to be a Wild West boom
my God.
of digital media platforms
Yeah.
that were popping up left and right.
But it was slow.
You get so many weird,
Yeah.
generals with people being like, now this is Crabco. So we have some really important fucking
Exactly.
shows. And we've got like, who was the, it's like, we've got like, Francis Ford Coppola making a Chipotle commercial for
Yeah.
Cabco. And it's like,
Yes.
why?
Yes, who did
Why?
they have making something?
Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg
Oh,
was
yeah.
making something for Quibi.
Yes. Yes.
That was the craziest
And we're
Mad
like, you
Libs
know that
puzzle.
no
That was
one
so
who
weird.
likes Steven Spielberg will know what Quibby is, and no one who knows what Quibby is will, like, there's no overlap there.
It was one of the funniest eras, and I think they learned really hard because there were some like higher ups at DreamWorks that had a lot of money in Quibby. They lost a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And there's
that's
some
hard.
articles about Quibby. If you search Quibby and you look in the news article, there's these articles about the entire rise and fall of it. It might be a Vulture article.
Oh, my God.
The whole thing was insane.
I would actually love to see like a documentary about
Yeah.
the very quick rise and fall of Quibby.
I know, truly. It would be pretty amazing.
Honestly, we should make that like a like the producer's style scheme.
Oh, yeah.
Like we should make the next Quibby or the next CISO knowing it's going to tank, get a bunch of investors from DreamWorks,
I'm into that.
and then be like, of course this is going to tank, and then run away with the money and run away to another country that's safer.
I love to run away
I really like that. Wait, I need to pause for a second because I need
because you need to make a poopy really
I
quick.
need to poop and I need to poop right here. I'm gonna
I'm shitting.
I'm shitting. Here's some drama, some high drama just now. I pulled over to text somebody. I parked in the bus lane.
Oh, and then the
bus came.
Oh,
And then another car was going to hit me. This was what we call a non-issue, but we're going to be okay.
that's beautiful.
Wow. Man, guys, what a fantastic day we just
What
had.
a silly fun
Yeah,
moment
I
for
love
Really
us.
fun. Thanks for coming. You guys didn't even know what this was, but you still got in the car, and that means a lot to me.
I love to get in the car when I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I we'll do anything for you anytime,
Oh my
always.
God. I love you guys so
We
much.
love
That's
you.
how I
If
feel.
you guys are so special to me. It's so cool to find. I have an intro that I post, but I said in the intro that you guys. It's hard to make friends when you're older because I feel like you have them set. But you guys are kind of older friends for me because we met a little later. We only met a few
Yeah.
years ago, but you feel like old friends.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Older friends feel like old friends.
Yeah.
We're
yeah,
and,
that's a
and you know
lovely
what we
thing.
are all ancient.
We are ancient.
We
we're
are
all
fucking
ancient.
We
ancient.
might as well be dead.
Yeah.
We might as well be dead,
We're so
and I think
bad.
it's time.
Is Laser Lounge new?
Can we go die in the laser?
Is Laser Lounge new?
What the fuck is Laser Lounge?
I don't know. What is it?
It was an empty box. It was like an empty storefront that says Laser Lounge, Lazer Lounge. I'm like, I've never seen that before in my life.
Huge
That's
laser
crazy.
lounge energy.
Laser
right,
Lounge
guys.
right by the LA River.
We're gonna go. See you later. Go have a day.
Bye.